Hey, hey, hey. Let's see if this will work. So I finally uncovered and cleaned and heated up the hibachi. And I've got one thing I'm going to cook on here. So first and foremost, I heated it up good, cleaned it with a lava stone, hit it with my little bit of oil, got it relatively clean, and what I got going on now is a little bit of bacon. It's not really bacon, it's salt pork. So for now, we're just gonna try to get these all separated and cut into some decent sized pieces and let them go a bit. Hold on. These brats. I love my Cutcos, but they need to be sharpened. It's about that time. Yeah, I know, just send them to them and they'll do it. I just got to get around to it. Like I said, I got some salt pork going on. Whoops. Gonna add a little bit of garlic powder. A little bit of chili powder. Let these guys do their thing for a few. Kind of wish I'd have separated them before I dropped them on here, but we'll make this work. I'm going to let these guys cook down a little bit. Let you take a quick look. And once they're a little bit more closer done, I'll come back and see you in a minute. Oh, backlight, sorry. So, after I hit the pause button, I let this stuff cook. So here's my salt pork. And I left you guys sitting here paused just long enough to go in and grab a beer and a shot. So this is looking pretty good. So on this pork, a little more garlic. And some chili powder. So you'll see so far I haven't done anything with any salt content really, but I'm gonna add some sriracha. And like you guys heard, we're trying to be careful with the sodium, and this is only 75 milligrams a serving, so that's not that bad. So I'm gonna load my salt pork up with some sriracha. Give this a quick little stir and flip. Oh, that's pretty. So I'm going to scoot these over here because I think they're pretty well done. And I've got this side on low just to do some heating. So here's what we're going to do now. See if I can do this without messing anything up. So I got about 3/4 of a stick of butter. I know that's a lot, but it's a big griddle. Cut me some slack. And I'm gonna just kind of move this around a little, get it. Whoop, too far. Come back here. Just a little bit more room here. like him in the corner. He keeps sliding to the front. So what we're going to do now is I have got, I can get it out of the bag, got a head of cabbage. And that didn't work so well. I guess that doesn't work as well with cabbage as it does lettuce, but I'll set him right here, and I'm just going to do a little hacking and slashing. Try to get, I'm pretty close to the core here, just so we're not wasting any, because, you know, probably good enough. Now we're just going to do a couple of extra random little slices across some of the big chunks here while it starts to do a little cooking and smoking business here. Even because I haven't dunked it in the butter yet. Children, they're such brats. Alright, that's probably good enough for now. Now we're going to take all this cabbage and drag it over here into the butter and all that goodness from the salt pork. Give it a little bit of a stir and flip. Just try to get it started coating and just let it sit a bit. It's a lot of cabbage, so it's going to take a while, but I've got a couple of other things to go work on, so I'll pause you guys again and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so just let them cook a little bit longer, and just to make sure they're not going to dry out. Added a little bit of vegetable oil, not a whole lot. Again, we're going to hit it with the garlic powder. Not a whole shit ton, just a little bit. And just because I love this stuff. So, this is not just chili powder, it's dark chili powder. Love this stuff. So we're going to, since we got to go easy on the salt, we're going to go a little heavier on the chili powder. And then just to give it just a little bit of oomph, we're going to do a little bit of apple cider vinegar. It can only be a little bit because I've only got a little bit left. So we're going to run this vinegar around here a little bit. Apply. And then because it's only 75 milligrams of sodium, a little more of the sriracha. Just three, 4 good lines, not a whole lot. Give it another couple of quick flips and stirs. Smells amazing. If you like cabbage, if you don't, too bad. Alright, so this is getting close to where I want it, so I'm going to come grab this manna from heaven. Put it around on top of here. So now I'm thinking about 3 to 5 more minutes, so while I run back in the house and get a pan to put this in, instead of subjecting you guys to watching me walk away, although you hate to watch me leave, but you love me watch away. You get the idea. Shit. Anywho. Okay, so I'm back again. While I was gone, I only did two things. I gave it a couple of more stirs and turns, just to make sure it's fairly evenly cooked. And then, just for shits and giggles, I poured a can of Yingling on it, just to give it some more smoking business, and steaming, sorry, I guess it's more steaming business. Turn the heat down a little, because I don't want to get too done, but this worked out pretty nice. They got a nice dark colored runoff coming off of it, and it smells pretty amazing. So I'm gonna pause you guys again, but let me let you see what's going on here. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't talk about this thing enough. This is a Blackstone 36-inch griddle. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 burners, which is awesome, because if you need to, you can set one side really hot, the other side warm, to split stuff out and all that business. And I'm pretty sure at one point we did 2 pounds of bacon, 24 hamburgers, and like 20 hot dogs all at one time. What? So I'm gonna sit out here for a minute and just watch it sizzle, and finish my colored water, and then I'll scoop this into this big pretty bowl I got sitting here. And when I take it back inside, I got some cool stuff to show you. So anyway, talk to you in a minute. You know what? I lied. I've decided to do one more thing. I've got this stuff. Creole mustard. It's pretty good stuff. It's nice and dark. And I can't open it with one hand. I need a cameraman. Anyway. So here's what we're going to do. There's not a whole lot of this left, so I figured I might as well go ahead and use this. So I'm just going to plop a couple of dabs of this Creole mustard down here on top of all this, and I'll stir it up one more time, and then I'll put it in a big pretty brown bowl. Oh, that's good stuff. Anyway, now I'll talk to you. Okay, so we talked about what I did with the cabbage and the bacon, and I'm gonna tell you, it's turned out pretty smoky and phenomenal. Give me a second. Sorry, I got the whole whoop going on again. So what I was doing on the other side of the house while you were watching the whole thing with the hibachi, and again, that Blackstone 36-inch, one of the best things I ever bought. So while Rebekah was at the store the other day, I had her pick up a duck. And she didn't just pick up a duck, she picked up a duck. It was a big duck. It was pretty. And I was planning on doing it on the smoker. So I told her, while we got the smoker going, pick up some turkey legs and turkey wings. And, oh my God, the turkey legs were perfect. The turkey wings were massive. It must have been a crazy mutant turkey. So, they were both frozen when she brought her home. So I put them in the fridge in a big bowl. And along with the duck, I poured in enough orange juice to halfway cover it. And I spent 48 hours flipping that duck And it was so funny the first time I flipped it over, it had like probably 1.5 inches of frozen orange juice. It was so cold it froze my orange juice. And I've always heard that with chicken, you soak it in buttermilk. So with my turkey wings and turkey legs, I put them in the same type of big bowl and I covered them up with buttermilk. And I let those sit. So the duck sat in orange and the turkey parts sat in buttermilk for 48 hours while they thawed. About 3 times a day, I'm flipping them over, make sure they're evenly soaked, all that good stuff. So we put them on a smoker with some hickory logs, and I'm letting them smoke up to about 165. And those of you that are friends with me on Facebook, I commented earlier that, yeah, my smoker died. So I'm sitting on the front porch, I'm drinking a beer, hanging out, and my duck was up to like, I don't know, 150-ish. And maybe 155. And all of a sudden it starts dropping in temp. And I thought, you know, I know the whole principle behind the plateau. I know what's going on. We're good. Well, it keeps dropping. So I go out there and check. I've still got some embers in the logs that are smoking, but... Oi! Hey, the people with thumbs are talking. Anyway, so yeah, some embers on the logs still, but the heating element's totally just not even hot. So I guess I finally wasted another heating element in my Brinkmann electric smoker. So now I got to decide, do I buy another heating element, which they're like $50, because they quit making that model. So I don't know what's going to happen. I may buy another element. I may decide just to buy a cabinet smoker. Stay tuned. We'll see. So anyway, so the duck was plummeting. So I went out and got it off the smoker. Baby, give me a minute. So I went out and got him off the smoker. Brought him inside. Stuck them in the oven on 225 convection roast, and waited until the turkey parts and the duck both got up to like 165, right? So I take the turkey parts out and I set them up on the stove, and I take the duck and I set it up on the stove. So just to give it time, sorry, gotta watch that light and the shiny. Just to give it time to render some of the fat in the duck, I grabbed one of my Cutcos and I scored the top, cut it in some nice little diamonds. Thank you, Corey. And stuck it under the broiler on low. So while I'm outside working on the cabbage, I had Rebekah watch the duck and make sure it didn't go too far. So I'm going to show you what I got to go along with that cabbage we just talked about. So here's the first one. This is my turkey parts. I told him earlier, I was like, this turkey must have been a mutant. Look at the size of that wing. It's almost as big as the legs. And then, so 2 wings, 3 legs. So here's what the duck ended up looking like. So again, after soaking for 48 hours in orange juice, I filled the smoker pan with the orange juice out of what it was soaking in. I filled the cavity down here with the orange juice, so it should be perfectly moist. You can see the diamonds. So I cut it down. I tried to go through the skin and the fat. Again, thanks, Corey. Right down to the meat. Put it under the broiler. So this looks pretty phenomenal. So we're about to take the turkey and the duck and this beautiful cabbage, and get rid of the shiny stuff. And we're gonna go eat. Crap. There it is. More colored water. All right, so that's pretty much it. And we'll see how it turned out. I'll post it in the comments. Have a great night.